Scent family, let me tell you something. The past couple of weeks of rack store shopping for fragrances has been very, very successful. Due to the simple fact that the fragrances that I did manage to pick up at my local rack stores is fragrances that I've been eyeing for a very long time, and I finally got my hands on it. And I'm so excited to reveal these fragrances to you guys on how good it smells, or maybe if they're not so good. But hopefully they are. These are first impressions. So, let's go. Ooh! What's up, everybody? This is your boy Trayvon here with Scent Talk TV, and today I'm going to go over a ton of fragrances that I have managed to pick up at my local rack stores, and I am so excited to go over these. So eager to go over these. So happy to have these. But without further ado, let's just jump into it. So starting off with, let's just start off with this obvious Tom Ford dupe. This is Tom Ford Ombre Leather EDP from the wonderful, wonderful fragrance house of Milestone Perfumes. This fragrance ran me $17 and some change at TJ Maxx. That atomizer, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. So, without a shadow of a doubt, no doubt in my mind, this is a dupe of Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. However, this one is a little bit of, going in its own direction, because it does has that familiarity to Tom Ford's Ombre Leather, but it's a little bit more of a, it's a little bit more sweet, earthy, and fruity at the same time. A little bit more powderiness than anything else. But you do get that strong familiarity to Tom Ford's Ombre Leather in here. That Tom Ford's Ombre Leather, the note of leather that's inside of the original is definitely inside of here. Very familiar. But just take Tom Ford's Ombre Leather, the original, and make it more like a little bit more earthy, sweet, and powdery. And you get this one. Now, it's not a hellacious, bold, invasive, just slapping your nose type of a powderiness, but it is kind of, subtle and chill and mellow, hanging in the background, doing this thing quite nicely so far on my skin. As it's drying though, the leather is getting a little bit more deeper and meshing quite well to that powderiness that I mentioned earlier, and that earthiness, and it's getting a little bit more sweeter as it dries down on my skin. Now, if you were to ask me, which one would I choose? In terms of if you haven't did the Shield Black Leather, if you haven't smelled the Shield Black Leather by Murata, if you would have asked me which one I would choose between those two, I would choose this one. Don't know what the performance is, not yet, first impression obviously, but I would choose this in terms of smell, and I will also choose Shield Black Leather in terms of the longevity. But for smell, I would choose this one. The Murata is second to this one, in my opinion. So up next, we have another dupe of a Tom Ford's fragrance. This is Tuscany Leather Eau de Parfum. This one also ran me $17 and some change at TJ Maxx. Ooh, the leather in here is popping something serious. Ooh, man. Now hear me out on this one. Now this one here, it has some familiarity to Tom Ford's Ombre Leather as well. However, the leather inside of here is a little bit more darker, richer, and a little bit more of a bourbon masculine type of a touch to it that's woodsy and earthy at the same time. The other one that I mentioned that we just got done going over, the leather is a little bit more soft, a little bit more easy on the nose. Not to say this is not easy on the nose, but the leather in here is a little bit more masculine and mature. But compared to the Ombre Leather that we just went over, the leather in that one is kind of more attractive, a little bit more appealing, a little bit more of a compliment pulling aspect of a leather inside of that one. Not to say this one isn't, because this one smells fantastic. Now, if you were to say, like, you know, age bracket between those two, this one right here is a little bit more of a, you know, younger guys to middle age. This is more middle age and up. So in terms of the leather. So with this one, I do dig quite nicely so far. As it's drying down on my skin, the leather is getting a little bit more darker, a little bit more bolder, a little bit more louder as it persists on my skin. Now, it's still maintaining that darkness, you know, that bourbon type of a maturity that you get out of here in terms of that leather. That's a little bit like woodsy and earthy. It kind of has this, like, you know, it kind of has like a dryness, like a dry, bitter sweetness to it, as well as it dries down on my skin in terms of that leather. This one is a gem as well. Just like the first one that I mentioned, this one here is insane. So up next we have, yet again, another Tom Ford dupe. This is Oud Woody Eau de Parfum by the House of Milestone. Indeed. This one also ran me $17 and some change at TJ Maxx. Man, that atomizer. Man, look. I don't even know what to say, man. This is incredible. This is really, really incredible. I've smelled Tom Ford's Oud Wood before. And from what I remember, this is close to that original in my opinion. But the smell nonetheless is just, however, is just amazing and blowing my mind to smithereens as this dries down on my skin. You do get a lot of oud. You do get a lot of oud. It's not like that super authentic, expensive oud, but the oud for a cheapie that's inside of here is banging, 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 banging. Underneath all that oud and that woodiness, you do get like a creamy, smooth, like vanilla type fruitiness underneath all that oud woodiness. Ah, what a banger this is. It's also warm and a little twinge of powderiness underneath that oud woodiness, as well as that accord of vanilla fruitiness that I mentioned. Man, I'm gonna give this some full wearing big time, because to see how it performs. And man, as it's drying down, you know that oud woodiness is starting to calm down a lot, and that fruitiness, that warmth, that vanilla type of accord that I mentioned, and also that powderiness is starting to creep in quite nicely as it persists on my skin. But it's underneath all that woody and that oudiness that's in the top, at least. That's like the oud is a little bit more the main player of this. The woody accord is kind of like hanging in the back, but it's more so, you know, up to par with that, you know, that sweet warmth that I mentioned already. Man, this is good. My friends and family, if you see 3 of these, if you see any of these, order does not matter. It does not matter what order you find these. Pick them up. Pick them up. Pick them up. So up next, from the House of Kamara Perfumes. Man, I finally got my hands on this fragrance, and it is very, very rare in my rack stores. I've seen, for the past month, only seen 2 of these in 2 particular rack stores, and that's it. And I hurried up and got my hands on one of these because, man, I've been waiting for this fragrance to drop at my rack stores for a very long time. This is El Dorado Black Iris. Finally got my hands on this beauty. My subscribers were saying how good it is. It's a beauty to them, so let's see if it's a beauty to me. Kamara has some dope atomizers as well. Ooh, oh, whoa, wait. I just got slapped in the face, in the nostrils. I just got slapped so hard. This is powerful and strong. It's kind of making me sneeze a little bit. This here, this one here is not gonna be for everybody. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's like I think I smell some oud in here. It's like a dark, very, very masculine fragrance that is complexed. Okay, that goes completely out of left field in a strange, good way. This fragrance is complicated to the point where, you know, this is not for your average Joe. This is not gonna be for, you know, the masses. You know, it's not gonna be like for everyday wear. This is not gonna be that mass appealing, easy to wear, you know, dumb reach type of a scent. Because this one here has a nice amount of earthiness, woodiness, is sweet and masculine at the same time, but it's so good smelling. You know, I will say this is like more of an occasional type of a thing, but wear it however, whenever you want to, it doesn't matter. But if you don't get anything out of what I'm saying about this fragrance, get this. This is not for everybody. Oudy, woodsy, sweet, warm, earthy, masculine, a little bit of complex factor to it. You know, like I say, it's not for everybody. It's not for your average Joe. So I'm not telling you to run out and buy this. If you're looking for something different, if you're looking for something that's a little bit outside of your bubble, something that you want to try something new, you want something a little bit more outside of that, you know, bubblegummy compliment factory type of an aspect of a fragrance that gets boring quite fast, try this for yourself. This is not in boxes at the rack store. So you have the opportunity to try before you buy. Do not blind buy this. Do not blind buy this. Smell it for yourself. To my nose, to my experienced nose, and me having a lot of fragrances already, and I want something a little bit more different outside of the box, this one is right up my alley, big time. It's right up my alley, big time. I love the way this one smells. And somebody said that this is a dupe of Interlude Man, Black Iris, if I said that right. Whatever that fragrance is. It's a niche quality fragrance from Amouage, if I pronounced that right. But this one here is a keeper. A definite big keeper. Okay, up next we have a fragrance that one of my subscribers highly recommend that I pick up over anything else. He said, get this one. Make sure no matter what, over anything else, get this one. So I'm like, okay. And I finally found it from the House of Milestone yet again. This is Saffron Noir, however you want to pronounce it. Don't crucify me. Eau de Parfum. This one ran me $15 and some change at TJ Maxx. I'm assuming this is supposed to be a clone of some Byredo fragrance, judging by the bottle, how this looks. But anyway, let's jump into it. Wonderful atomizer. I would never stop saying that. This is quite different. Upon initial sniff, first sniff, this is very clean and powdery. More so like a laundry detergent type of a smell. However, I don't say that in a bad way at all. It's very clean and fresh, laundry detergent, laundry sheet type of a smell. And it has an underlining of a bit of sweetness. It's like a sweet freshness underneath all that, which is very captivating and very pleasing to me thus far. As it's drying down on my skin though, I get a little bit more of like a green freshness, like a green fresh spiciness that's like kind of citrusy on top of that like fresh laundry detergent type of a smell. This is not bad at all either. And this bad boy so far is loud. This fragrance is good. I definitely love how this smells, but not too much going on with it. You know, fresh, clean, you know, very fresh and clean actually. Laundry detergent type of a smell with a little bit of a green, fresh spiciness underneath all that. And that's all that I get on my skin, at least to my nose. But nonetheless, still a great one. And still a great one that you should pick up based on the smell. Performance is unknown, but so far it's booming pretty loudly on my skin. And it's projecting quite nicely. So yeah, if you see this one, give it a try before you buy. That's all I gotta say about this one. Okay, up next, I'm assuming this is a clone of a Amouage fragrance. This is Mooj Affection. Saw this at my local Marshalls and I did not hesitate to pick it up because I do have another like this, which is a little bit more masculine and dry, dusty, and dark, which is awesome at the same time. So let's see what this one is all about. This one ran me $15 and some change at Marshalls. Oh, the boldness on this one is quite nice. This one smells so familiar to a designer fragrance of whatnot that I got in my collection already, but this smells so familiar. Up top is like you get this animalic type of a fruity freshness, and it does give out this like this barbershop-y aspect to this fragrance initially in the opening. And it's drying down pretty good on my skin so far too. It's like a juicy, boozy, lemon zesty, animalic, fresh, and dryness of a fragrance that is very familiar. I cannot put my finger on what it's familiar to, but just know that it's familiar and it smells quite nice. You have like a dry, clean, fresh undertone underneath this that's bold. But you got this aromatic type of a lemon zestiness that's like a bold, like candy-like sweetness and sweet, like a lemon zestiness that's candy-like and sweet. But it does have like that animalic kind of a masculine touch to it due to that. I think it's like musk or something that might be in here, or maybe vetiver. I'm not sure right off top. But anyway, this is like a dope, like barbershop-like fragrance. Not entirely, but it does have an aspect of a barbershop fragrance that's like clean, dry, dusty, lemon zesty, tartness of a fragrance that's candy-like at the same time. This is a good one too. So far, family, right here and all the other ones, I am not disappointed by. I'm actually quite digging each and every last one of these. I'm not disappointed by any of them in terms of the way that it smells. Longevity and projection is unknown. I will be giving this some more testing, but so far, initially, as far as it smells, what it smells like, this and all the other ones, man, these are some champs. Okay, up next we have a Xarjoff type of a clone of a fragrance. This is So Pure Eau de Parfum. I do have the purple bottle. I think it's called Opera, if I remember correctly. I have it in my collection, and it is kept because that is a dope one. So let's see about this one. Atomizer is busting. Thus far, this one is number one. After all those fragrances that I just revealed to you guys, this one here done swept and caught up with each and every last one of them. This was like in the back, the last contestant in a race, and he was getting burnt out, he was getting smoked, and just came and just outran every last one of these fragrances and won first place. This one right here is beautiful. If you are familiar with Michael Maloo's Citizen's Jack, take that and make it a tiny bit more feminine. But it's a little bit, it's masculine and feminine at the same time. You know, it's half and half. However, take that same scent DNA and make this a little bit more fruitier and a little bit more powdery and smooth. Don't make it like, it's not as, you know, loud, harsh, bold in your face. like the Citizen Jack is, you know, at least on my skin, that's what it smells like as far as like, you know, the aggressiveness from that fragrance. But this one here so far is Love in a Bottle. Has like a wonderful, wonderful blast of a creamy cotton candy sweetness with some florals. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is number one. Yo, if you see any of these fragrances that I've presented to you so far and you see this one, pick this one up first. Now, I know a couple of seconds ago, I said that about one of these fragrances that I already done listed or already revealed to you, but I changed my mind. This here is amazing. It's wonderful smelling. It's not cheap smelling. It's not synthetic smelling, and it's not weak projecting. It is projecting very, very nicely on my skin. So pure, so heavenly, so magnificent, so great, so worth it. Pick this up. That's all I gotta say. So finally, last but not least, this is not like a dupe or anything like that. This is a designer fragrance from the house of Hermes, Paris. This is H24. Focus, there you go. EDT. It's a 1.6 fluid ounce bottle, and it ran me $41 and some change. And here is the bottle. So let's go. This one right here, I do like. It has like a, what's that fruit note? It has like this bitter grapefruity type of a scent that's green and like a little bit of a green, fresh, spicy type of a grapefruit coming initially out of this fragrance that I do like, you know, that I do like. But I do have a fragrance that's, I think it's that Dolce & Gabbana Forever fragrance. But this one right here, I do like, so far at least. I'm not in love with this fragrance. I like it. You know, the grapefruit is just too grapefruity for me, if that makes sense. But, you know, compared to all the other ones that I've done presented already, this would be at the bottom of the list. Unfortunately, not saying that it's a bad fragrance up top in terms of the way that it smells. Not saying that. It's just that it's just grapefruity, like a lemon soft, zesty type of a scent that's green and like a little bit of a spiciness that's soft and smooth at the same time underneath that grapefruit. But I like this fragrance. Am I gonna keep it? I might and I might not. It depends. But I don't have this fragrance at all, so I might keep it. If it's like a weak projecting fragrance and it doesn't last that long, I'll probably be taking it back. But, you know, I don't have any fragrances, a lot of fragrances from this fragrance house, so I might keep it. Who knows? This has been a great video with a lot of gems. And I highly recommend that you guys pick those gems up. Pick the soap pure. Pick that up. Pick that up first. Nonetheless, beautiful fragrances. So that's all that I have for Scent Talk TV, ladies and gentlemen. As always, you know what to do. You gotta like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you do not miss anything. And I will see you guys in the next video. Be safe out there and be blessed and have a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.